Hello and welcome back to the Brighton Career Mode here on FC24. We are now into Season 4, Episode 8 of Season 4. We are on January transfer deadline day, and I don't think we got any moves left to make. There was some mentions in the comments about potentially bringing in a central midfielder as a backup, since we did lose Carlos Baleba for a 3-month injury in the last episode. So I'm thinking about potentially bringing someone in, but at the same time, I don't necessarily know if I need to. We've got backup at Cam with Buonanotte or Jansen, or kind of really a lot of players in that position. And then Fernandez, we've got a backup in Fabricio Diaz, and then we also have a backup in Ribeiro, one of our former youth academy prospects as well, who is decent. I mean, he's definitely not great for a midfield option, but he is available for it. So I'm not sure if we need anybody, but I'm going to go ahead and take a look at some players and see if we can find someone that actually might be worth it. And I'll get back to you on that. But if you didn't catch the last episode, this is kind of how it went down. You can see the entire month of January here, and we did go through the entire month, starting off with a 2-1 loss against Leeds. Pretty tough loss there. We also got a 2-0 win over Blackpool in the FA Cup, and then a 2-0 win over Southampton in the Premier League as well, mixed in with a loss against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. We didn't play that fixture, and we didn't play the second fixture, or the second leg in that fixture either, so out on aggregate 4-3. And then as you can see there on the 30th, we did draw 1-1 with Chelsea, so we should have a replay coming up. That one hasn't been scheduled yet, but I would imagine it's going to be sometime in the month of February, which we will be getting into in this episode. But first, we got to finish up this transfer deadline day, so let's go ahead and get into it. Still sitting in first place in the Premier League as well. Fantastic to see that. 21 games gone, only 17 left. 2-point lead over Arsenal, 3 over Chelsea, and 4 over City. Only 5 over Manchester United in 5th place, so it's a very, very tight race at the top of the Premier League as of right now. Obviously, you can see Spurs are in 8th place there, and we're only 8 points ahead of them, so lots of work left to do to finish off in first or in the top 4 in the Premier League this season. As far as some of the stats for our squad, you can see some of the players here. Some fantastic seasons from some of our players, especially João Pedro. I mean, 21 games played, 13 goals, 10 assists, 23 goal contributions already, but unfortunately, we did lose him to a broken toe injury, of course. 3 months he is out, so it's looking like we're going to get him back maybe in the month of March, but we're definitely going to want him back before the end of the season. We brought in Anthony Martial, and as of right now, he has not done anything for us in the 4 games that he's played. I think he's played 4 games, yeah. 4 games, 1 assist, so that, I mean, that does help out a little bit, but we got to let him get settled into the team for a little bit, and maybe he'll start improving his gameplay. But we do still have Chao Miranda as a backup striker as well, who hasn't scored in the Premier League yet, but has played very well in the Carabao Cup and in the Europa League. So maybe we can start him in the Premier League and see if he does a job for us. As far as central midfield options goes that we could potentially bring in, we have 5 CDMs here. Onana may be a little bit too good. We don't want to bring in a player that's already good enough to start for the team, since we have Diop, Fabricio Diaz, and Getson Fernandez, but potentially Pedro Cabrera, but I doubt Newcastle would want us to have him for the rest of the season. Tenlongo, potentially. Sforza, you know, maybe, but I'm really looking to bring in a player on loan, and a player at one of these types of clubs just isn't likely to come here on loan. They would want a transfer offer for him, so it's going to be tough. We also got some center midfield options here. Again, most of these players are a little bit too good to bring in, but we do have João Neves here, who I'm potentially thinking about bringing in, but PSG did just buy him. So a loan move is probably unlikely. We can go ahead and try, and yeah, they're not looking to loan him out. We do also have a couple of attacking midfielders here, which is not a position that we need, but George Hall could play just regular central midfielder. His defending isn't necessarily great, but it's decent enough, and then his, you know, attributes overall are pretty decent. So I'm going to go ahead and try to approach for a loan for him, and they're not looking to approach, or they're not looking for a loan move either. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to find a midfield option at this point in the season that we could loan in. And I'm kind of okay with that. I mean, honestly, I don't know if we necessarily need one. Ribeiro can do a good enough job, and there are plenty of other players that we could play in midfield. I think Buonanotte could play, you know, attacking midfielder and be decent there. And then I think Jansen could play central midfield if we like really, really needed it. So I'm not necessarily too worried about it. Barco could maybe even play in midfield if we needed him to. So I think we're going to stick with this squad for now. We've got, you know, over 400 million still left in our transfer budget, as you can see here, but there's just no reason for us to spend all that money, at least right now. You know, maybe at the start of next season, if we have Champions League football, we can start splashing some cash on some players, but right now it just doesn't make sense. So I'm just going to go ahead and simulate through deadline day, and we're going to go ahead and get into the month of February. It's looking like Ben White might be making a move back to Arsenal from Dortmund here after Season 4, and it looks like João Cancelo could potentially come back to the Premier League as well, this time for Aston Villa. Those deals haven't gone through just yet. You can see all the biggest deals over there on the right. Ousmane Dembele over to Inter Milan from PSG, João Gomez from Wolves to West Ham, and then João Cancelo has made the move from PSG to Aston Villa, which is insane. Coming back to the Premier League for 48 million at the age of 32. And it looks like Ben White did officially make that move from Dortmund back to Arsenal for 32 million. And we are now down to the final hour. It looks like we do have a transfer offer coming in here from Nice for Thierry Correa, but we are not looking to let go at all, especially with only 1 hour left. That deal wouldn't go through anyway. So we're going to go ahead and skip this final hour, and we will be officially into the month of February. And let's get ready to play some games. You can still see there, Bijou and Smith Rowe are the two of the three biggest deals of the entire season, and they were both from leaving our club. So interesting to see that there. And then of course you can come down here and you can see, and Evan Ferguson ended up making a move as well. I never saw that. Man City to Inter Milan. I guess that was in the January transfer window for 77 million. So Inter Milan gearing up with some nice moves here in this January transfer window as well. And Mohamed Kudus, of course, 68 million. That is our most expensive player of all time. Hoping to see some more goals from him here today in this episode. Let's go ahead and simulate to our next game. It will be an away game against Wolves, who are not sitting in a great place in the league. 17 points as of right now, which has them sitting in 17th place. So a game we should be winning. This will be Wolves lineup for our game. Wolves, of course, were down in the championship, made their way back up to the Premier League, so not exactly the greatest team that they could potentially put out. And this is the lineup we're going to be rocking with for this game. You can see there's a couple of players switched around and not in their normal positions. Bino Gittins out on the right. We're going to try him out there, and then we're going to put Kudus at cam. Eze's a little bit tired, so we're going to keep him on the bench for this game. And then we got Barco in defense, as well as Igor. You know, Wolves, a little bit lesser of opponents, so I'm hoping that we are able to control this game very easily. Kudus with a nice pass into Diop, finding Garnacho, who's cutting through the middle. Garnacho has the pace, and he has the finish. I'm not sure why it says Dunk is considering retirement there. I mean, I guess he is, but 12 minutes gone, a 1-0 lead for Brighton and Hove Albion. Pretty much the first action of the game. It was kind of back and forth before that, but we'll gladly take a 1-goal lead. Garnacho pushing forward here. We're going to look inside for Andy Diop. Diop finds Martial. A little bit of a heavy touch. That one's going to be at the keeper, but he will palm it out for a corner. Kudus with a nice pass over here to Garnacho. Can we find a cutback? Garnacho sticking with it. Kind of got fouled a little bit, but it was in the box, so the referee's never going to call that. But we do end up with a corner here. Kudus going to swing this one in. Diop over here. Not a great clearance by them, and Dika able to get to it, but just out for a goal kick. Wolves pushing forward here. Corbeanu looking for a cross. Kirkes in a good position to knock that one out for a corner. Oh, they're going to say it was a handball. So they have a free kick in a dangerous area. We need to clear this one away. We barely do. Barco able to get that one away. Sort of. They're still fighting for it. Wow, that ball goes off the crossbar. Igor going to head that one back to Verbruggen, and we are lucky not to concede there. Bino Gittins out here to Barco. Barco looking inside. Going to find a pass to Mohamed Kudus, who finds Martial. Wow, what a block from the defender there. I think the defender got to it first before the keeper. Martial still unable to find a goal for us here in the Premier League, or here in any games at all. Andy Diop looking for a pass here to Bino Gittins. What a goal and what a shot from Bino Gittins from the edge of the box. A 2-0 lead after 39 minutes. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at that one again. Set up by Andy Diop. 0.02 expected goals. Finds that top right corner. I need a different angle. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good one right there. Wow, what a goal from Bino Gittins, and a comfortable 2-0 lead for us now after 40 minutes. Wolves pushing forward here at the end of the first half. Not able to deal with that one just yet. Undav with a shot. Verbruggen able to make the save. 3 minutes of added time. Not very often you see that in this game. Wolves have a corner here. They're going to go ahead and swing it in. Gets a Fernandez. Clears that one out. Sort of. Corbeanu looking back inside for Bamba, who is going to go ahead and go for a shot. Verbruggen has to make a save, I guess, on that one. We're just going to go ahead and boot that one up the field. That'll be the end of the first half. Undav on the edge of the box, able to get around one man. Finds a pass inside to Satriano. Able to get a shot away, even though the defender was right there. Kudus gets a tackle in midfield. Anthony Martial, if you start making a run, you are through on goal. And he is. The Wolves defender is catching up to us. Anthony Martial finds a goal. His first one for the club and the third one of the game. 55 minutes gone. We are comfortably winning this game. Buonanotte in midfield. We're looking for Jansen over here, who tries to go over the top. Chal Miranda almost there, but good defense by Wolves. Getson Fernandez sending Buonanotte through over here on this left side. We're going to cut back inside, looking for a pass here to Chao Miranda, who looks back inside for Buonanotte, who finds a goal. A little bit of a wonky goal there, but we score our 4th of the game, 75 minutes gone. This game's over. 3 minutes of added time. Andy Diouf has a through ball here to Bino Gittins, and we find our 5th of the game, 93 minutes gone. What a performance from Brighton and Hove Albion. Really wanted to win this game by a lot, and we performed very, very well and accomplished that goal very easily. And we dominated the game from front to back. And yeah, the referee's going to go ahead and blow his whistle here. Looks like Buonanotte might have picked up an injury. Hopefully it's not a broken toe one, but 5-0 for Brighton Hove Albion over Wolves. Wow, looky there. We actually got an injury that wasn't a broken toe. We got a bruised elbow injury, so he's only out for 5 days, which is, you know, not nice to see, I guess, but it's nice to see that it wasn't a broken toe injury. And now just 3 days later, a game against Spurs in the league. They were sitting in 8th place. Pretty tough, you know, 3 fixtures ahead of us here. Spurs, then Chelsea in the FA Cup again, and then Chelsea in the league again right after that. And both of those games are away at Stamford Bridge, of course, so that's going to be a very, very tough road ahead. But we're already here at match day against Spurs, so let's go ahead and fix the lineup up. So let's go ahead and get into this one. Of course, starting for Spurs is going to be Benjamin Sesko, our former striker. It's always terrifying going up against one of our former players. And then, of course, Son and Kulusevski out on the wings, too. It's terrifying going up against them. So Bernardo Silva in midfield, fantastic player. This is their lineup for this game, so let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to go with our strongest lineup. Martial's a little tired. We're probably going to replace him maybe at halftime, maybe a little bit after that. But strongest lineup we can put out. Let's go ahead and get into it. Wow, Verbruggen makes an excellent save there. We gave the ball away in a dangerous area. Thierry Correa knocks that one out to Kudus. Garnacho now with the ball. Eze pushing forward. Eze, is he onside? I sure hope so. Wow, this defender is really fast. Eze gonna look for a pass. We maybe should have gone for a shot there, but I felt like it was gonna go wide. Sesko going for a shot. 24 minutes gone. Not a great effort. Kudus with a nice sliding challenge there to win that ball. Has a lot of pace. We're gonna go ahead and go for a shot. Trying to find that far post. Maybe could have crossed it in or passed it inside somewhere, but 31 minutes gone. That was probably our first real chance at the game. Kulusevski making a lot of moves, pushing forward. We are able to keep him at bay for now. Kirkez trying to keep him out of shooting range. Sesko passes back to, I believe that was Ndombele. Nice shot there, but still no goal for them. A corner here after 45 minutes. They swing this one in. Getson Fernandez gets his head to it first. I'm not sure how much added time there is. Son out here on this wing. Porro passes it back to Skip, and that's going to be the end of the first half. Referee will go ahead and blow his whistle. Not a bad half, but not a great one either for us. Tottenham holding us just at 36% possession and only 1 shot, so need to step up in the second half and start attacking more. Interception in midfield from Fabricio Diaz here. Finds Kirkez. Looks like we could have numbers pushing forward. Eze going to look out here for Garnacho. Garnacho, a cross over the top. Might have been able to find Martial, but we will find Fernandez. An early shot. Saved by the keeper. Ooh, Fabricio Diaz, another excellent defensive play in midfield. We're going to find Eze here. Eze going to look over the top. We find Getson Fernandez. Garnacho just runs in the way. What was that? Going to go ahead and have to make a double sub here after 71 minutes. Garnacho coming off, not just because of that, you know, whatever he just did. I don't even know what to call it. But because he is a little bit tired. We're going to get Bino Gittins out on the left. He's a little bit tired. And we are going to get Chao Miranda up top. Chao Miranda looking over the top for Mohamed Kudus. Somehow it ends up with him. Chao Miranda, a little bit of a heavy touch, but a goal for the first goal of the game. And it's scored by an unlikely hero in Chao Miranda. That is his first goal in the Premier League for us. And what a time to score his first goal for us as well. 77 minutes gone here in this deadlocked game against Tottenham. We find a goal. And it's like I've been saying, I mean, his rating is for sure low, but his attributes really aren't that bad. And he's coming up clutch for us here in this game. 88 minutes gone here. Spurs pushing forward nicely. Getting a tackle in with Diamande. This could be a game changer for us here. We're going to get this one away. And we're going to continue to push forward. A pass inside. Chao Miranda. Can he find Bino Gittins? He can, but he's going to be offsides. 91 minutes gone now. 3 minutes of added time, so only 2 more minutes left. We're going to try to waste some time by bringing on taking off Mohamed Kudus, bringing on Lenny Jansen. That will waste at least a few seconds, but the clock is ticking. This cross, or this goal kick sent in, and Dicka going to head that one away. We're going to pass this one all the way back to the keeper and try to waste enough time. We're going to go ahead and kick this one forward. And the referee will go ahead and blow his whistle. 1-0 win over Tottenham at home. A fantastic result for our Premier League standings. We are going to be still in first place, potentially creating a gap between us and second place. And that right there is just beautiful to look at, isn't it? Best record in the league. 15 wins, 5 draws, 3 losses through 23 games, 45 goals scored, 20 goals allowed through 23 games. We're not even averaging 1 goal allowed per game as of right now. But of course, now we've got a game coming up 3 days later against Chelsea, a FA Cup replay, and it's looking like we are going to have a lot of tired legs. So we're going to be playing several backups in several different positions. And we're going to go ahead and get into this FA Cup matchup here. The FA Cup this season is not exactly a competition I'm too worried about winning. I would much rather focus on the Premier League and on the Europa League. So if we get through this game, great. If we don't, I'm not too worried about it. In this game, we're going to go with a lot of backups. Like I said, lots of backups because we need everything we can, put forward in the Premier League, and we need to focus on the Premier League way more than the FA Cup. So we're going to put out this team, and I'm probably going to only show very, very few highlights in this game. But let's go ahead and get into it. What a pass down here to Fofana. Duarte not getting in the way, and Nkunku finding a goal. 2.5 minutes gone. Not good defense at all, but honestly, just great passing by Chelsea there. And yeah, no surprise that Nkunku is the one to score. Jansen with the ball. We find Buonanotte. We're going to go out here to Barco. Going to look for a cross. Way too deep of a cross. Mazilu is going to be able to get up, though, and find himself with it. And we're going to find a goal. Chal Miranda, a poacher striker, sitting in front of goal. 18 minutes gone. We're going to find one back, so we level this game at 1. And it looks like Tariq Lamptey is hurt bad enough to where we're going to need to take him out. I'm not really sure who to play. We're going to go ahead and go with Igor out there. And we're going to switch Barco to that right side. Duarte is going to have to play left center back somehow, kind of. Even though he drops in rating by quite a bit, we just don't really have too many options right now. So that's what we're going to have to go with. Wow, and Nkunku finds another goal. Off of a corner, they find their second of the game. 25 minutes gone. This game is going crazy right now. What a pass from Nkunku into Ogochukwu, I believe is how you say his name. 3-1 Chelsea now. Nkunku, is just a world-class player. He's insanely good in this game. Buonanotte finding a pass down here to Chal Miranda. Can we get a second one? It looks like we can. Chal Miranda, I'm telling you guys. This game is going crazy, by the way. 3-2 Chelsea at halftime. But Chal Miranda is a good striker. I might have to start using him for our Premier League games and just as our main striker over Anthony Martial. He is a player. Jota now pushing forward. Flare pass inside of Fofana. Back to Jota. Trying not to foul with Andy Diouf. That ball is going to go through the keeper's legs and hit the back post. Zilu into Andy Diouf. Andy Diouf to Lenny Jansen. Lenny Jansen pushing forward. Off the post. And Nicholas Schüle clears it. There might be more than just a few highlights in this game because it was an insane game. Unfortunately, we cannot find the final goal. Lenny Jansen off the post. And Chelsea win this game 3-2. What an insane finish that was. 50-50 possession percentage. 2.9 expected goals for us to 1.9 for them, which means either the keeper messed up or somebody messed up on our side and the keeper played well on their side. And that last one, Lenny Jansen, that's got to go in. And luckily, Tariq Lamptey's injury is only a bruised shoulder as well. So all we get is bruised shoulders and broken toes. Very interesting, EA, but yeah, honestly, not too upset by the loss there in the FA Cup. It was a very fun game to play. But now being out of that, we can solely focus on the Premier League and on the Europa League, which I guess doesn't necessarily mean solely focus, but we can focus on those two competitions. And those are the competitions I would rather focus on anyways. I'm going to go with Chal Miranda for the start in this game against Chelsea again. We do play them now in the Premier League just 3 days later. So yeah, I'm going with him again. That was a fantastic game by him. And he's just been performing very well ever since we brought him in. Ever since he started playing for this team, he has done very well. So Chelsea going with a very similar lineup as that game in the FA Cup. And Nkunku, obviously the player we have to worry about. He had 2 goals and an assist in that game. So very, very good performance by him. And yeah, let's get back into it. Stamford Bridge, we're back again just 3 days later. And Chao Miranda, I mean, if he keeps playing this well, he's going to keep getting the starts for us. What a player he has become and is becoming. Mauricio Diaz inside to Eze. Eze, oh, looking over the top for Garnacho. They get away yet again, but Kirkez with an interception. This ball's out to Getson Fernandez. 15 minutes gone. Not a great effort there. Madueke pushing down this right side. Kirkez unable to dispossess him. Enzo back to James. Inside to Nkunku. The player we have to worry about most. Ndika able to get a foot to it and able to clear it away. Garnacho over here to Kudus. Kudus has an overlapping run from Thierry Correa. We're going to look back inside for him. Gets Fernandez. Did he get to him on in time? I believe he did. Fernandez. Eze tried to go for a shot. Garnacho ends up with the rebound. And a 1-0 lead after 27 minutes. Alejandro Garnacho scoring again. Reece James inside to Madueke. Chelsea is the hardest team to defend against. But we are able to get that one away somehow as well. Eze sees a run from Garnacho down here. Lots of work to do, but able to make a move inside Nicolas Schula. Can Garnacho get a second goal in this game? Oh, he is very close. Fofana finds a pass over here to Jota. Can we get back Diamande? Yes, sir, we can. Diamande looks like he might have injured Jota as well. Oops. What a pass. What a pass. Who was that? I mean, I know Fofana scored, but man, I was not expecting that pass at all. Garnacho, I see a ball over the top to Kudus. Gonna have to go for an early shot. Damn, cleared away. Madueke into Reece James. Reece James pushing forward. Finds a pass to Fofana. Ndika able to get a foot in on that one. Luckily, the referee doesn't call a whistle there or call a penalty there. Chao Miranda waiting for the run of Garnacho, who's got, of course, a lot of pace. We're going to try to get inside this defender. Look for a pass to Kudus. Can't find one. And Costa will clear it away. Kirkez finds a pass down here to Garnacho. I see a pass directly inside to Kudus, who finds Eze. Cutback pass is king in this game. Eze with another goal in the Premier League this season. He's going to celebrate by going ahead and kicking that one back in. 2-1. Brighton Hove Albion after 67 minutes. Referee's going to call that a foul as well on Kirkez. We're going to go ahead and get a sub in here. Bino Gittins coming on for Garnacho. Garnacho is just way too tired. That cross looks like a good one. Diaz does enough to get it away. Kirkez heads it down to Bino Gittins. And we are on a break. Bino Gittins still pushing forward. I see a cross in here. Not a bad one, but they do clear it away. Fabricio Diaz, get back onto it. He does. We're back out here with Bino Gittins. An excellent layoff pass. I was trying to find our man at the back post, Chao Miranda. We still have the ball, though. Mauricio Diaz, inside to Getson Fernandez. Inside to Bino Gittins. Tried to get it away. Another good save. And that one's going to end up with us yet again. And we will gladly take 3 points. Wanted another goal. Wanted to get 3 goals in this game, but doesn't matter. We get 3 points and we get the win. And we will gladly take a win over Chelsea in the league versus a win over them in the FA Cup. I would much rather get bounced out of the FA Cup than lose a Premier League game right now. So we are on a great run of form here in the Premier League right now. And we're creating a gap between us and second place. Our goal was top 4, but it's looking like our goal now should be to win the Premier League. 14 games left. We're going to have one more game in this episode against Leicester City. A game that should be very, very easily winnable, seeing as though they are in 19th as of right now. Only 25 goals scored on the year and only 47 allowed. And, well, not only 47, but 47 allowed versus our 21 allowed and 47 scored. So this game is must win. All right, and final game of the episode here against Leicester City. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to go with our best lineup in this game. You guys already know what it is. And we got Chao Miranda up top, so I guess technically not our best. We could put Martial, but Chao Miranda has just been an insanely good player and irreplaceable at this point. Chao Miranda pushing forward here, looking for a pass over the top. Not going to find anyone. Eze wins that ball, though. Garnacho is going to wait for the run of Kirkez. Kirkez trying to lift that one over the top for Chao Miranda, but they clear it away. Ooh, Thierry Correa with a nice deflection in midfield. Chal Miranda waited too long to go for the shot, probably. Eze with a nice pass down here to Kudus. Kudus looking inside for Chal Miranda. Gonna go for that near post. Went more towards, right at the keeper. He will knock that one out for a corner for us. We're gonna go ahead and swing this one in with Kudus. Looking for, I believe that's Ndicka. Good header, but right at the keeper. Edson Fernandez over the top, over here to Kudus. Kudus gonna cut inside. Edson Fernandez gonna look back over here for Chal Miranda. Not a bad effort. Iverson has to stretch out for that one, but does make the save. Avididi pushing forward. Correa having to get back. Gets muscled away momentarily. Avididi, what insane offense that is. Gets a header away too. I think he was offsides. Almost goes in, but what a save here by Verbruggen. Kudus over the top to Thierry Correa. Correa, not exactly a great goal-scoring threat. Chal Miranda, we're going to hit this one back over to Eze. Good header right at the keeper again. And that's going to be the end of the first half. Garnacho making a run. Chal Miranda finds him. Garnacho, just too much pace for the defense. And that's going to be a goal. We are the kings of counter-attacking football. Chal Miranda with an assist here to Garnacho. 1-0 after 50 minutes. Delap makes a move to get around Diamande. Takes a shot as well. Verbruggen doesn't even have to go for that one. Garnacho getting a yellow card for a challenge here. But yeah, 1-0 still after 67 minutes. We just got to hold on to the lead, but really, we should be able to score more than just one goal against a team like Leicester. Walters out here to Marquinhos. Marquinhos has to get around Ndicka, which is a tall task. Ndicka, knocks that one in the air. Verbruggen has to make a save. We just need to clear this one away. Ndidi with a breakaway pass to Avididi. Diamande. Oh, what a pass inside to Marquinhos. And Delap scores. 80 minutes gone. Leicester City, with the counterattack, break us down and level this game at 1 with only 10 minutes left to go in the game. And now Marquinhos pushing forward again, finding a pass into Walters, who gets around Kirkaz. That cross was excellent. I don't know what it was. After we scored, they turned it up. They have not stopped attacking us in this second half since then. Chal Miranda now pushing forward. Good pass in by Eze. Chal Miranda back to Eze, who gets dispossessed. Diop with good defense, though. Finds a pass over here to Chal Miranda. Can we find a goal? We can't. Garnacho with the ball. Edson Fernandez getting in a tackle. 89 minutes gone. The referee will blow his whistle shortly. And we drop 2 points against Leicester City here at home to round off the episode. The fans are waving the flag and look happy, but that is not a result we should be happy about. And for whatever reason, we just could not score in this game, besides obviously the one that we did score. We broke down on that one possession that Leicester had. We got broken down and just couldn't stop them from scoring. They had more expected goals than us, more possession. Honestly, they deserved to get a point out of that game, and we deserved to drop points in that game, which is very disappointing. And that means it's back-to-back episodes where we've dropped points against teams in the bottom 4. We've dropped 5 points in our last game, 2 games against Leeds and Leicester City, which is, pretty unacceptable, to be honest, but we've still got a good lead in first place. Arsenal obviously have a game in hand, so they're still 6 points behind us, but could easily go back up to being only 3 points behind us after their next game. Let's look and see who they play over here on the right. It looks like they play Aston Villa, so at least it's a tough team to go up against. Villa are a very, very good side in this game. And that's going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. We are almost through the month of February already. We're going to have a game against Norwich, bottom of the league, at the beginning of the next episode. We need to beat them. And then we'll go ahead and get into March. We'll have Burnley and Newcastle, as well as some Europa League games, hopefully at some point in that month. And hopefully we'll get through that month in the next episode. And before we leave off, I will go ahead and show you guys the squad stats, just so you can see where we're at in the league this season, and in just all competitions this season, I guess. Garnacho, like I said, level with João Pedro on goals in all competitions this year. Garnacho is a fantastic player, and I really enjoy using him. And then Bino Gittins, in third, technically, on our team. He hasn't scored a whole lot necessarily in the Premier League. He's kind of spread his goals out amongst all competitions, which we'll take it. We don't care. Chal Miranda been playing well. Unfortunately, couldn't finish in that last game. That's just how it goes sometimes. Eze playing well. Lots of great players, lots of great names. Mama Kudu's coming in. hasn't been necessarily too great, but he's also only played like 7 or 8 games now for the team, and he's gotten a goal. He's gotten a couple goals and several assists now, a few assists, so not too bad there. But that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to like the video. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.